My name is Joe Blow.
The Bar Association, which is in charge of who can and can't practice law in the state of Oklahoma, has been trying to revoke Ron's license for things such as freedom of speech. In the last video we did at the Bar Association, we were chased out of a public hearing while also being hit and attacked by a member of the Highway Patrol with his metal detector.
Hey. I'm him.
You wonder why no one respects
over here, outside, and we'll wand you guys and let you come in.
Is that under threat of arrest?
Yes, go over here.
Why did you touch me?
Hey, you're not gonna, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I would not touch him.
Hey,
I would
touch
not
me.
touch him.
I didn't touch you.
Don't touch me with that wand.
You're gonna get hurt. Stop it.
You come near me with that wand again, bro. I spent too long in the military. I do not like people in my personal space.
Get away from him.
Let go.
Get
Don't
away from
come
him.
near me with that wand.
Get
dude.
away
I'm telling
from
you
him.
right now.
Stop touching him.
Stop
touching him, BD. Stop touching him.
And I don't like
Stop
cops,
touching
especially cops like you, because you're a punk.
Stop touching him.
Today we went back to the Bar Association simply to get a few documents, but when we showed up, it turns out they had locked down the entire building.
Wow. I bet this is for me. This is the level of transparency in your government right here. They've now locked off the Oklahoma Bar Association to people coming in, to where you now have to ring a bell to get assistance. This is ridiculous. Wow, you got it on lockdown. Who are you?
My name's Manny.
Manny, and you are who with the agency?
I work with the Board Bar Examiners.
Okay, so you're authorized to accept service for them? Of documents
To be,
given to Gina Hendricks?
I'll take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Bar Center, yes.
I don't know, y'all got this place on lockdown these days.
It's on lockdown, yes we are.
Yeah, why are y'all not being transparent anymore? Why
Transparent.
can't people come in and out like they used to be able to?
It's just like any other building in the Capitol complex. They're all under security, so we're all
Oh yeah?
the same.
I can confirm you can access many of the buildings in the Capitol complex, and while they have security, at the very least can speak to somebody in the front, even if other areas are restricted. Unlike here at the Bar Association, where the public desk, which you would normally go and get records from, has now been blocked off from public access.
You don't like the public exposure,
It's
transparency,
not the public exposure,
people coming in?
it's just that, security, several incidents that have occurred.
Like what? Like people recording?
No, it's,
Like what kind of incidents? Have there been security incidents?
I cannot explain why the Bar Center is on lockdown, but it's on lockdown.
But you said there were some incidents. Can you elaborate on those? Are you aware of them?
I cannot.
You know of incidents personally, or somebody told you there was incidents here?
Yeah, no, I'm not aware of any incidents personally.
So that y'all just changed it because you felt like it? There wasn't a compelling reason to?
No, don't have the authority to answer that either.
Do you know who has the authority to decide that?
The Supreme Court, Oklahoma.
Did they is there a rule on that? Can I get a copy of that rule?
I don't think that there's a rule on that. It's just.
So who made okay, so can I get a copy of the policy that locked this building down? Can I do an open records request real quick for?
I don't have that policy.
Well, who can I do an open records request for that policy real quick? I want to do an open records act request. I don't see copies of those forms out here.
Yeah, no, I don't think
So can you give me a records clerk real quick so I can do an open records
We
request?
don't have one here, no.
You don't have a records clerk at the Oklahoma Bar Association
We do not. No.
for open records?
No,
Really?
we do not.
Title 51 states, a public body shall designate certain persons who are authorized to release records of the public body for inspection, copying, or mechanical reproduction. And at least one person shall be available at all times to release records during the regular business hours of the public body. Any public official who willfully violates any provision of the Oklahoma Open Records Act, upon conviction, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor.
So how would somebody do an open records act request?
You'd have to make an official request in writing and probably send it.
Yeah, why can't I do it right here in person?
Do you have it in writing?
I can put it in writing. I can write it on a piece of paper for you.
We'll write it and send it in.
Well, can I just hand it to you?
No, you cannot.
How do I send it in? I'm here. Why can't
Mail
I just? Why do I have to mail it? Does the Oklahoma Open Records Act require it to be mailed?
I can't accept service or any kind of.
You can. So the law requires that the Oklahoma Bar Association, as a state agency, have somebody available at all times during regular business hours. Which
Right.
I'm here during regular business hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the law requires, under Title 51, the Oklahoma Open Records Act, that there's a record custodian available to fulfill open records requests.
Right.
I'd like to make an open records request in person here today for a copy of any policies, directives, emails, etc. related to the lockdown of this building. So can I do that with, if I can't do that with you, can you go get me a records custodian that I can do that with?
Sure, but put it in writing and hand it to me and I'll get it to the...
Well, no, I'd like to, since you told me you're not the records custodian.
I'm not.
So I'd like to do it with the records custodian, who should be available since it's regular business hours.
Sure, yeah.
I'll fill that out real quick if you'll get the records custodian for me.
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
After he leaves, Ron fills out his request, and once he returns, it's not long before a switch flips and he becomes extremely rude. Not only does he become rude, but when asked simple questions like the name of the person he's going to give the document to, or even the name of the executive director of the Bar Association, which somebody working there should know, he repeatedly tells Ron to Google it, leading us to believe he didn't even know the name of the person he would be handing the request off to.
So the records custodian, are they
Not
here?
here.
They're not here. Who is the record custodian?
I don't know,
So how do you know they're not here?
because I know that no one can actually take that kind of a request.
How do you know this? You just told me.
Because I work here.
You just told me that they're not here, and you told me you don't know who they are. So how do you know? If you don't know who they are, how would you know that they're not here?
Well, I mean, there might be multiple people, I don't know.
But you understand that you have to have somebody available during regular business hours to accept this,
Sure.
and,
it in
and,
writing.
and to produce the responses to me.
Put it in writing, give it to me, and then I will...
And you're authorized to accept it. Who are you going to give it to?
The custodian, the person that you want the records...
Right, who is that?
What records do you want?
Why the attitude?
There's no attitude, it's just a question.
I just told you what I want. I want copies of all communication and policies and procedures related to the lockdown of this building that's normally open to the public.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out who you're going to give this to fulfill the request so I know who to follow up with.
Well, I'll make sure that...
You work for the Oklahoma Board of Bar Examiners, which is a
Correct.
separate legal entity from the Oklahoma
Yes,
Bar Association.
correct.
So I need this to go to the Oklahoma Bar Association.
Yes, and I will make sure that it gets...
Who is it going to go to? Can you give me a name of who you're going to give this to?
The executive director of the Bar Association.
So that's who?
You don't know who the executive director of the Bar Association is?
You tell me who it is. It's a female. I can't remember her name right now.
Well, yeah. You're
What's her name?
Why does her name matter?
Because she's the executive director of the Oklahoma Bar Association. Is it Kim Johnson?
No.
Is it Kim something or other?
No. No.
Oh, can you not just give me the name?
Well, can you not just give me your request?
I can. Why can't you tell me the name of the executive director of the Bar Association that you're going to give this
You can look
to?
that up on your own. I don't have
So you
to tell
can't.
who that
So you
is.
want to be a jackass and not give me
No,
just
no,
simple
I'm
information?
answering your question.
No, you're not. You're being a complete and total jackass.
No, I'm
you can't.
answering
Who
your
is the
questions.
executive director that you're going to hand this to?
You know what? You can look that up online.
I can look that up online.
Yes,
So
you
that's
can.
the attitude. You realize that this is going to be everywhere, and they're going to see how you're behaving yourself.
I don't
Do you
care.
think you're conducting yourself in an appropriate manner?
Do you think you're conducting
I
yourself?
do think I'm. Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to ask
answering
you
your
a.
questions.
No, you're not. Who's the executive director?
And I'm telling you that you can look that up online. I
And you don't
need
know
to
who
tell you that is.
Well, who's the record
And me
custodian?
not telling you who that
Is that the
is
record
not
custodian?
inappropriate behavior.
Is that the record custodian? The executive director is the record custodian?
Would
The
you like to
executive.
give me that, or-
Well, no, I'd like to give it to somebody from the. I'd like to give to the record custodian.
They're unavailable at this time. Thank
I just need to know the name of the person that you're going to give this document to, so I can follow up with them.
The executive director of the Bar Association.
And that is whom?
That is the executive director of the Bar Association.
And are you not familiar with their name, or are you just being obtuse?
Are you not able to look that up online, find out who the executive director of
You
the Bar Association is?
really think it's appropriate for you to just not give a name of a person when you don't have the records custodian available for producing records? You think this is
Do you
appropriate?
think it's inappropriate for someone not to tell you that you can look that up online on your own?
Yeah, I think that's highly inappropriate when you're in government work and you're working and you get paid by the bar dues that people like myself and other people pay. When you're paid through government tax money,
First of all, I don't work
and
for the
people,
Bar Association.
you work for the Board of
None of
Bar
your
Examiners.
No.
You work for the Board of Bar Examiners, you said.
Yes.
Which is an agency of the state of Oklahoma, so it's paid for with
Correct.
tax money.
Correct.
So you're paid for with tax money, and you can't give a citizen who pays taxes in the state of
not
Oklahoma
tax money.
the name.
No.
Yes, it absolutely is.
How is that
How do
tax
you
money?
think you're paid?
It's fee-based. People that want to
No
sit for the
kidding, it's
exam,
fee paid.
It's fee-based.
Yeah, I understand that, but not all of your salary is covered by the fees that are paid by people taking.
argue with you about what
You're
it is.
arguing. You
Do
can't just
want-
give me a name. I want to know who you're going to give it to.
the executive director of the Bar Association.
Which is who?
Look it up
Look it up where?
online,
Online where?
wherever.
Wherever. Man, what was your name again?
Can you do a Google search?
What was your name again?
You know what Google is?
Okay, what was your name
Do a
again?
Google.
Okay, that's great.
What's your name?
Ron Durbin, what's your name?
My name is Joe Blow.
Man, you are a piece of shit.
His real name is Manny Arzola, and he works for the Board of Bar Examiners. We'll have links to phone numbers for the board and the Bar Association down in the description below. We are back in full force and are planning on posting and going live a lot within the next few weeks. Thank you so much, and see you next time.